Hi there, Lawrence Allen, founder and director of Think Marketing here. Thanks again for taking the time to watch one of our Marketing in Volatile Times, or MiVT videos, which is all part of our 10-week series I'm producing on how businesses can market themselves during hard times. Today we're going to be highlighting strategy number 6 of 10, and as you'll know by now, we're creating this library of strategies and case studies that all businesses can use to really highlight what's working and what's not during tough times. I'd love to hear what you thought about this or any of our content, so please do leave a message or a comment or a like, or get in touch if you want to explore this or any of our topics in more detail. And as always, there'll be contact details at the end of the video. So during volatile times, for a lot of businesses, we need to become laser focused on what we need to do. And I found this great quote from Alexander Graham Bell, the inventor of the telephone, who suggested to concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until they're brought into focus. And the same is really true for marketing. If we want marketing or really any business discipline to be effective during a tough time, we have to get focused on what we want. And that often starts with really the goals and understanding what we want marketing to do, and then really not being distracted by other areas that can often creep in during normal business conditions. And that's because during volatile times, it's pretty common for businesses to scramble. They dabble in different types of marketing without clear direction. And there's either lots of activities but not a lot of traction, or there's an absence of taking action. Obviously, there are a number of problems with this, not least that businesses don't really have the time to make a lot of mistakes during volatile times. There's obviously no clarity around what marketing success looks like, and audiences just aren't seeing the brand. Regardless of the industry that you work in, every business owner wants more clients, especially during tough times. So the question then becomes, what is the best and most cost-effective way to acquire the right customers? So cards on the table, there's really hundreds of different types of marketing and marketing variables and unlimited variations on combining them to create the perfect mix of marketing to help businesses survive and thrive during volatility. And that's why strategy and setting the right smart goals comes in. So with that in mind, here's strategy 6 of 10 from Think's 10-point guide on winning at marketing in volatile times, which I'll include a link to in the comments below. And it's about getting clear, getting focused, and being smart. The brave new world of marketing can be really confusing and at times just downright intimidating, but the stakes couldn't be higher when winning business becomes increasingly challenging. So it's essential that business owners and managers adapt and evolve their marketing and communications. Marketing is notorious at pulling teams in a lot of different directions, which isn't always a good thing. So, really get clear on what you're trying to achieve, focus on what's going to have the highest impact on return on investment, and when in doubt, set goals that are smart. So they're specific, measurable, achievable, relevant or realistic, and time-based. There are 5 ways you can actually improve your marketing outcomes when it comes to this strategy. So the first is create a plan and set smart marketing goals. And there's the old adage of, fail to plan, plan to fail. And marketing needs to support business growth. So we've got to start with the business plan, looking at revenue and customer goals, and then we can start to create smart complementary marketing goals and a delivery plan. During volatile times, wanting more clients is obviously a given, but moving from 99 to 100 customers is arguably hitting that vague goal. So we need to go further, and general performance statements, when setting marketing goals just isn't going to work. So they need to be smart. We can also plan within a plan. So we can, within a business plan or a current marketing plan, if we don't want to deviate from that too much, or the volatility isn't too widespread, we can look at things like sales races, campaign sprints, or 30, 60, or 90-day plans to try and bring conditions back in our favor. 2, we can also set realistic expectations. This is probably one of the most significant board and management team issues that we come across. When we're setting goals and establishing a plan, we have to be very realistic. Just because we want something to happen doesn't mean that it's going to be easy, and marketing will need the appropriate resources and budgets in place. And this can take management teams out of their comfort zones. They'll also need time, they being the marketing team, will also need time to conduct research and monitoring, activate plans, and influence customer buying behavior. Quick wins are, of course, possible, and that depends, I suppose, largely on the offering and the audience. But think about planning and return on investment in cycles of 1 to 3 years. And if your ROI is over 10 to 1, i.e., over 1,000%, you need to be really careful and realistic about what it is you're trying to achieve. Next, number 3, appropriate resourcing. Unfortunately, marketing is becoming more and more complex, and that means that there's more specialists required to fulfill certain roles in a business. This has, however, also led to a rise in specialist marketing suppliers. The trick of having smart goals, the trick of this is to have smart goals and a plan in place. And these are obviously going to help identify gaps. And businesses can either change strategies, reshape their own internal teams, or hire the required marketing specialists to help them. This also ties in with expectations somewhat, as it's not uncommon for us to find a lone marketer in a business who's expected to, write code, manage all social media, design, manage the CRM system, manage the website, look after the brand, and so on and so on. Just because there's a marketing team or a person in place, it doesn't mean they have the capacity or the capability to deliver against every aspect of the plan. Next, we look at understanding customer buyer behavior, which is something I've been advocating throughout MiVT. And to be effective, marketers need to understand their audience's needs and wants. So we need to study them and how they select and use products and services to better understand their psychology, motivations, and behaviors. This is often done through time-consuming and costly research, which is why a lot of SMEs skip this important step. But obviously in 2020, there are lots of tools to help us hack this process and do things more cost effectively. Lastly, then there's also accountability. The success and indeed failure of customer programs doesn't sit solely at the feet of marketing. There could be systems issues, sales pipeline or delivery issues, tracking problems, logistics, even strategy misalignment, and so on. Business leaders need to really understand the problems and who's accountable so they can be fixed. Blanket statements like it's marketing's fault or problem or marketing doesn't work for us just demonstrates a lack of awareness. It also dilutes any success to date that a marketing team or marketing support may have had. To attract, nurture, and manage a customer throughout their journey, everyone in a business needs to be pulling in the same direction. So whilst it sounds like a cliche, the customer needs to sit at the center of all business activity. So as always, I should say, we try to pull that into a succinct offering, which we've done in our MiVT Business Survival and Success in Volatile and Scary Times guide. I'll put a link to that in the comments below. Of course, you can also get that via our website. Just go and check out the resources page. There's lots of also videos there about the strategies we're putting out about MiVT. You can also check out our blog. That's not just MiVT information. It has other strategies, inbound marketing, and sector-specific information as well. Or you can contact us directly, as I suggested at the beginning of this presentation. You can email us or alternatively drop me a line. You can also get me via social media, and LinkedIn and Facebook are probably best. I hope you've enjoyed this video, but most of all, I hope you found it useful in some way. And if you have, please like the video. I'd love to hear what you thought, so please leave a comment or connect with me here. Thanks again for watching, and don't forget to have a bit of fun with your marketing today.